Live. Okay.
The
Okay.
broadcast
We're
is
live.
live.
Hello, people. Hello, people. For real this time. Hopefully.
Attempt number
Please
3.
say something in the chat. Please. We need some sort of just confirmation that we're live. Please.
Oh, it's just come up on my iPad that we're live. Look at that, eh?
Oh my god.
We're
I'm so
live.
sorry.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah. I
So,
see myself on the iPhone now. Okay. Okay. We should be live. Okay.
hey, Saran, how are you? How's your week
I'm
been?
good. Oh, this is the first time we're doing this. Oh yes. I've been so good. Oh. But
I like that we've
anyways.
rehearsed this part.
Yes.
Hey,
Okay.
Evan.
Thank you.
Hey, Slow
Thank you.
Cuber. We
Thank
live.
you. That's good. That's good. Okay.
We're so
So
good at this.
yeah, a little backstory. We were just talking for like 5 minutes, thinking we were
Mm-hmm.
live because I thought this automatically went live, but apparently you have to press the button.
The
So
time I
yeah.
got to 0, we started
Uh,
the show. We were on
so
time.
we've been talking for
StreamYard
three
didn't join in.
minutes. Yeah. I know my mic is covering the face. You see, I don't know. Thing is, I can't really place it anywhere. You know how people have like a boom arm thing?
Just down here.
Yeah.
Almost
You
a
see,
full
I wish my
scratch,
Mac
actually.
was a bit higher. You see, if I had an iMac, I could have the camera here.
Or,
Anyways,
put a book under it.
that's that. Okay, next time, episode
That's some
3.
crazy talk. Absolutely, improvements every single time. So my camera, I'm actually using the Lumix camera. I'm not using the iPhone for once, and it's on a
Yes.
little mini Manfrotto tripod on top of a big old cocktail book with 1,200 recipes in it, on top of my printer, next to one of my my big old screens, because I've started tearing stuff down because changes are coming to the iCave. Yes, they are.
iCave 2.0.
Yes, I mean
Yes.
probably iCave 6 or 7 by
So,
this point because I keep changing stuff. But yeah, we changed kind of that side. That's the bit that you've been seeing in the recent videos. That's kind of out of shot now.
hmm.
This is all going to get repainted. The
Hmm.
door will probably stay because this was quite a lot of effort to paint that
How
on.
about I think we should focus on your. How do I change the camera? How do I bring it to you only?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it? That's not.
That,
I don't want
that's
me.
not that's not
Okay.
me. That's the one that looks like you.
There we go.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. Okay, go.
So this area just here, this is where I painted the eye cave on the inside of the door. This is the same grey as my
Hmm.
lounge. This is the same grey as the outside of my house because it's all just
Oh.
leftover bits of paint. Yeah,
Okay.
and then over kind of this way, you've got the kind of foam pads that look a lot like Saran's set. That's exactly what we've got over here, and then we've got my Mac, and then we've got my camera here, as you can probably tell, and my boom arm is down here and comes across, and then the normal set that I use is over there now with the purple lights and all the Mac boxes and stuff behind me. So that's
Nice.
the
Nice.
kind of setup of the office. This desk is going to be going away. I had delivery confirmation come through today that my new standing electric desk is
The
coming.
electric yeah, yeah. I heard of
Yeah.
I'll watch today's video. Yeah.
So the guys from Flexi Spot, I believe, is the name of the company. They're sending one over. I've chosen to go for a smaller desktop than what I currently have. The top display, which is the 1080p one, that's going to go on the wall over here, so it can be more like a background one. And then the other one
Okay,
is going to
okay.
be mounted on the desk. I've got an arm that's arrived. Oh, it's hefty. Big old
Nice.
box from Amazon with a monitor arm on it, which apparently will carry my 40-inch 4K TV. We will see.
I mean, TVs are pretty light, to be honest. Like most TVs,
Yeah,
like, a 40-inch
it's
TV shouldn't be that heavy, I think.
it's like 6.2 kilos apparently, and this will do up to 8 or 9 or something. So that's cool.
Nice.
Oh, it says
Yeah.
2 to 8 kilos. I'm happy with that. I've had to get a
That's
Visa
solid.
adapter for it as well, but we're going to
Yes.
do a bit of repainting and stuff. It's going to be nice.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
excited.
I don't really have any major plans except maybe getting a new camera.
A new
Evan was
camera.
talking about yes, because I've had this same camera for like 6 years now. I need to change it. I bought it for art GCSE,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's all right. I mean, I want to ideally have like a 4K camera, maybe like a Sony, maybe the one that Tech Hypes has, the
Mm-hmm.
Sony camera that he keeps flexing.
Oh, he's
Maybe
always
that one.
flexing that. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it's a very nice camera to be honest. But yeah, maybe we'll see. But
So
yeah,
so
that's
Evan is asking in the chat, what is the square footage of the eye cave? It's I don't really know in feet because I'm English, and now we use meters. But it's probably like 2 yards across, so like 6 feet, maybe 6'6" wide, and then about double that in length, about 10, 12 feet long. That's kind of the footprint. But there's, you know, stuff like a dryer in it and my boiler on the wall. Not a lot of
Fair enough.
usable space.
Also, Evan, I'm not gonna get a Blackmagic 8K camera.
That's what you need.
I wish I had the budget, but no. I think the
Blackmagic
Sony.
Pockets aren't that expensive, right?
I'm assuming that I don't know. I haven't checked prices, but I'm assuming like
Mm.
the cinema cameras, right? So I'm assuming the. I don't know. I haven't checked
I think
prices.
they're about 1,100, maybe.
Hmm.
It's not
I don't know.
insane.
It seems a little. It just seems a bit overkill for what I do. I think like the Sony, the Z, the one that's heck higher. I don't know.
So
the
what are you
ZV,
shooting on right
whatever.
now? What are you shooting on right now?
Canon EOS M3. It's
Okay.
some camera from. It's all right. I mean, it's decent. I mean, my videos aren't really complex. They're just just me holding, putting the camera on a tripod and just recording. So I don't need like an 8K camera. I think something that shoots 4K and has good autofocus, I think that fits the bill. So the Sony whatever camera should do well.
mbp.com Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera, excellent condition used, $539.
Wait, what?
$539. First result that comes up on Google. That ain't bad. Or
that's the same price as a Sony whatever, the ZV blah blah blah. I can't remember the name, but yeah.
Yep, and they've also got the other pocket one, which is the smaller one that doesn't have like the grip on the side. That's like $499 used. So not silly money. Like it might be worth having a look.
Actually, okay, surprising. Okay, fair. Okay. I might consider that then.
Worth a look.
I was assuming these are like really expensive. Like these
Yeah.
are cinema camera. Yeah, that's okay. I'm intrigued.
The pocket one though.
It's the one that I think
you need a big pocket. It's like saying an iPad Pro is pocketable. Yeah, if your pocket's big enough. Yeah. But yeah.
Anyways, we should
Apple stuff.
Yeah, Apple stuff. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, 941.
Yeah, we were saying on take one that it's been pretty quiet, mainly because I think we kind of got through all the Apple news that was happening until the event we expected, and then they sort of stopped having news until that event happens now. So I was saying that obviously they didn't announce the event because out of respect for Steve with his passing. Now I'm just having a quick look on daysoftheyear.com to find out what we're not going to announce it for tomorrow. Tomorrow, October in general is pizza month.
Okay, that's a very important thing. Yeah, I mean, you can't miss. Yeah, you can't disrespect pizza.
Well, no, not if you know anything about my content. October the 12th specifically, though, is Old Farmers Day, Own Business Day, World Arthritis Day, Ada Lovelace Day. That's a computing one, right?
I think.
Ada Lovelace, yeah, first computer programmer.
Now we know the real reason is because the Pixel 6 event, Apple's scared. Obviously, Apple's scared. Apple's obviously
running scared. That's absolutely it. And it's also pulled pork day tomorrow. So does Apple want to compete with that with an event announcement? I think that's important.
I don't think so.
We'll say hello to everyone in the chat. I know we're not taking major questions and stuff, but Steve Dubb, where are we both based? I'm in Birmingham. You're London-ish, I guess?
London. Yeah, London. I'm not going to reveal any. Just London. Just London.
Sharon B says hello all. Hello, Sharon.
Hello, funny Apple man. Okay.
It's a good name.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a good username, to be honest. Anyways, you know what? I mean, like, what do we do? Just go through the topics over the last. I mean, there's not been much. That's like we just don't have much to discuss.
When did we last speak? It was just before the iPhone event, right?
How about we so you got the iPad 9, right? And I got the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Why don't we delve into our impressions on both products?
Mm-hmm. So my iPad Pro, my iPad 9, there are two, still in their boxes.
Oh yeah, I remember because you're waiting for Christmas. Yeah,
these are Christmas ones for the kids. However, I am going to be doing a video where I basically go through how to set up family accounts and how to set up, like, making sure that they're safe for the kids and like the kit that I've got. So this is one of the few things I'm actually going to put a screen protector on because children. So There's definitely that. So I've got a couple of ESR glass screen protectors that have just arrived as well. They're going to go onto those. But yeah, I'm still using the iPad Air for me. I love it.
Hmm.
I think it's the best. I think the new Mini looks great. I don't care about jelly scrolling. Is that something we
Same.
need to address?
Yeah.
Is that
I mean, it's not huge. It's just that I don't really think it's like the whole blooming thing on the mini LED iPad Pros. That was an issue apparently.
was it?
I don't know.
It
I
was
don't
if you're Genius Bar. I think they are spoiled.
know.
John
Yeah.
and Sam, we're going to call you out now because I think the best way that we can get more viewers for this show is to
Have
have
beef.
beef.
Yeah. That's very important. Key element. Yeah.
And if we're not having beef, we should have Magic Spoon cereal because that would have been a great tie-in to a sponsor that we don't have. However, I
Yeah.
did order some this morning because you can get it in the UK now.
Oh, nice.
Magic
I might give
Spoon
it a
is
go
here.
then.
Magic
Oh,
Spoon
wow.
is here.
I thought it was
So-
a US thing. Okay.
I
Cool.
know, so did I, and I think it was. And then all of a sudden, it started coming up in my Instagram feed, and I'm like, "This is sponsored. They know I live in the UK." So I messaged them, and they were like, "Yeah, we can do it in the UK. It's like $7.99 for shipping for 4 boxes." I was like, "I'm in."
Pretty solid.
So I've got some of
I
that
might
coming.
give it a go. We'll see. Yeah.
And Magic Spoon, if you're listening out there and you need your first UK influencers, this is definitely the podcast for
50
you.
subscribers. We got 50
50
potential customers
subscribers
here.
on YouTube. Yes, we've not quite put it on an audio platform yet, although we discussed this earlier. It should be going onto
We
iTunes hopefully in the next couple of days,
Yes.
because I've still got my account with Anchor, so we're going to just convert that over. So you should be able to find it. We'll be able to talk to people through their ear holes wherever they might be. So it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
That's good. It's good.
But yeah, sponsors, hit us up with our huge audience.
50 potential customers. That's a huge amount, in my opinion. That's a huge thing. Anyways, have you briefly played around with the Sense Stage? Have you played around with the? What are your thoughts on that?
No, I haven't. I haven't even set them up yet, to be honest, because I need to do it for the video, and I'm thinking I might wait for the new desk. I have actually got an integration that I've got to do as well for a sponsor on that one because Anchor sent me over one of their nano.
Oh, the nano chargers. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen one of these?
Well, yeah. Well, I've seen most of YouTube being sponsored by them for this.
Have you seen the UK one though? Because they're a little bit different.
Oh, really? I haven't seen the UK one.
No,
Exclusive first look at the UK one.
Dig in.
I'll answer some questions. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, just patiently waiting for the M1X MacBook Pro to drop. Yeah, everybody is. What configurations are you getting?
I'm waiting. I'm not patient.
What configuration? I'm happy with my M1 Air. I'm not upgrading. Maybe the M2, we'll see, but I'm good. I'm quite happy. I know I shouldn't be saying that. I should be instantly upgrading to the M1X, like every other YouTuber.
Absolutely. Well, I'm not getting a MacBook. Maybe
the Mac Mini,
maybe the Mini if it comes. But yeah, that's the plan.
Will the rumored 32-core GPU be a noticeable difference from the 16-core GPU for most users? I think so. Yeah.
I would think so. Well, for most users, no, because most users do like pages, numbers.
But most users aren't buying the M1X. These are
they're
prosumers. They're gonna be prosumers want the power. I think they're gonna.
If you're buying it for the right reasons, yes, you would notice it. If you're buying it because it's the expensive one and you want to pose, maybe not as much.
Yeah. Have you got the charger to show everybody now?
I do.
Oh, whoa. Yeah. Actually, okay. The design's a little. I prefer the smaller.
Yeah.
The US is obviously, but yeah, these are nice. Yeah.
Now to say that this is a 20 watt, this is the same size as the Apple 5-watt chargers that you used to get with an iPhone.
I think I have one.
The colors are kind of nice. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't focus.
Does it match the Does it match like I saw multiple colors? They match the iPhone, like the iPhone colors, or
they don't match my iPhone because my one is like stainless. It's the Graphite Pro Max 12. So no.
Okay.
It doesn't match that because this is purple. But it's kind of nice.
Wait,
It's
it's
kind of like,
purple. Okay, it
yeah,
looks like
it's
a grayish
yeah,
silver.
no,
Yeah.
like if I can get the right light on it, then you can kind of see it's a bit purpley.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it's very faint lilac-y purple. Does kind of match because my wife's got the purple iPhone 12 mini, and yeah, it kind of looks like that. But yeah,
Nice.
it's good,
Cool.
and 20 watts in that.
Yes, it's
USB-C as well.
impressive. Yeah.
Does my MagSafe? That's what I attach that to. Yeah.
Nice. I guess. Well, I've had the iPhone, the 13 Pro Max. Wait, here it is. There you go. Oh, the Sierra Blue.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Again,
I mean,
looks kind of white on the video.
yeah. It's like grayish. It's gray most of the time, to be honest. But
Is it as
every
blue as this
YouTuber's.
blue iPad Air?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
the blue one.
Basically, it's that. You see, this is the thing I
Wouldn't
hate
know.
about Apple's subtle colors. Like the colors this year have just been a mess. Like Starlight and Midnight just replacing the classic space gray and silver. And yeah, I'm just not a huge fan of these new
Did
colors.
you hear my theory on this though? What will be told that the cameras were going to do on the iPhone 13s?
Astrophotography, yes, I remember
Astrophotography.
Yeah.
These colors would have been perfect if they were doing a kind of spacey themed event and all of the we got Midnight and Starlight.
Though I've seen a few sample images. People say, I haven't done this personally, but I've seen a few people taking sample images, and the astrophotography skills on this phone already is pretty good. Like without even having a specialized mode for it. So yeah, maybe they were planning it. We don't know. But,
then the other thing that we were expecting was potentially the satellite thing. Another spacey themed.
That was a crazy rumor from Quo like a week before the event.
Was he drunk? Was he just drunk tweeting?
His last minute leaks were completely off. He said AirPods 3 were coming and
maybe it's a satellite one. I don't know. Just with space.
That would have been cool.
Maybe
but anyways,
that's what was going on.
I think a lot of people are hating on the iPhone 13s for being boring. There you go. The iPhone 13s for being boring. I disagree. I think these phones are great. I think they focused on the essentials of a smartphone. You know, the display, the battery life, the camera, and they've doubled down on it. So
I think all the stuff that's important.
Yeah, and this Pro Max, like I've been charging every 2 days with this phone. It just lasts. It's amazing. It's a beast. I think the only issue is the weight. That's probably like the only complaint. But I'll put up with it for the battery life. So yeah, pretty good.
Cool. I mean, I've never had any issues with the battery life on the 12 Pro Max, but I would say that when I am out and about, like obviously when you're at home with it, it doesn't matter. Because when I sit down, it goes on the MagSafe charger. When I'm out and about, I've got an ESR car mount, which is a halo lock, which charges it while it's in the car. So it just magnetizes onto the dashboard, charges, and because I use it for my sat nav, because my company car is like a decade-old BMW, and the sat nav in it is horrendous. So I use my iPhone as the sat nav, and obviously it's just charging all the time. So I don't think it ever got past like 60% charge.
Fair enough.
As a minimum for like months. So I don't think it's as massive of a thing as people worry about with the battery life. Anyway,
fair enough.
How often are you that far away from a charger? Like if you're going trekking or something,
is,
maybe.
For me, so with the iPhone 12 I had, the battery life was great at the beginning, but the battery health took a massive drop. And I feel like with the Pro Max, like even if the battery health does go down, because it's easily lasting me 2 days, like even with like 80% battery health, it should still last me a day. And like just having that buffer in terms of battery life, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna check what mine's on now, but I think it's about 96% still.
Oh wow!
And it's been basically wirelessly charged since I've owned it.
I think I update. I think Sam on Twitter, like he just before the iPhone 13 release, he was like, iPhone 12 users put your battery health, and everybody was like in the 80s. Like I don't know, maybe 96. Apple did. That's impressive. And what wirelessly charge? What MagSafe exclusively?
MagSafe and the ESR one, but yeah, mainly MagSafe. I think I've probably wired charged it. I don't know, in a year, 10 times maybe.
Oh, slower Cuba. Thank you for joining us. It's fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We'll
See you soon.
see you soon. But yes, I'm impressed. Wirelessly charging 96.
Hmm.
That's impressive. Yeah.
Now, my
I
theory on this as well is
hmm,
that because I love having a theory, it's important to me that I theorize on everything. I don't think that the heat from wireless charging affects battery life at all, like battery health.
okay.
I think it's only heat that's generated by the battery because you're forcing the charge into it. So if
Hmm.
you've got like excess heat that's being generated by the surroundings because it's kind of picking up some of that energy, I don't think that affects it. I think it's only when you're
Okay.
forcing the energy into the battery, which heats the battery, that it actually makes a difference. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
I mean, I've been wirelessly charging my 12, and it's got 88% battery health.
Hmm.
Massive drop, and like it does not last. Like towards the end, it was I had to charge it like by 5 p.m. every day by the evening,
Mm.
like top it up. So
Now,
yeah, I don't know.
do you think that's because the battery in it is smaller, so it's been through more charge cycles?
Possibly, but like at the beginning, I wasn't. I think like I understand. Like I know the whole battery. Like you shouldn't drain your battery till 0%. You should leave at 20% or above. Like I wasn't draining this. I was like leaving it. Probably the beginning of like I was ending the day with like 30-20%, and
Hmm.
slowly that got worse. So yeah, maybe because it has a smaller battery, that's why the battery health just got
Yeah,
terrible. But I don't know.
I'm also not sure that all the stuff that everyone's said in the past about not going past 80 and not going below 20 and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff, I don't think it really matters that much anymore because Apple's really good in general at kind of managing all of this internally. So it shouldn't
Hmm.
really have that much of an issue. But we've got people using my lines in the chat, which is great. Makes all the sense in the world,
Well,
which is very good. An interesting little couple of bits that have actually come up in the chat here
let's
about
go.
we were talking about the
Which
iPads, weren't we? So
which
FB
comment is
London.
this? FB London.
It's
Where
all right.
is he? Yep.
You have
Okay.
control.
There we
So,
go.
do you think we will get Final Cut for the iPad at the Final Cut Summit in November? Is there a Final Cut Summit?
I did
I
not. This
didn't
is
know that
news
was
to
a
me.
thing. Really? Is that a thing?
um,
What do you think?
I think like I still think it was a waste just giving these iPads M1 and not doing anything with it. Like like I still refuse. I don't know. Maybe it was a logistic thing. Like maybe they could get these iPads up faster by just giving them the M1 chip. I don't know. But like I feel
Let's.
like they should take advantage of this power. And so yeah, I do think Final Cut should come to the iPad.
So here's my take on this. Not it's not a
Go ahead.
theory, this one, but
Okay.
M1 is a 14X. That's
Yeah,
exactly what would have gone
No,
into the iPad
true.
anyway. That's
True, true,
exactly what
true,
would
true,
go into
true.
the iPad Pro.
But
The fact that we
I'll say
haven't
that.
got specific software, the reason we're all worried is because it's the Mac chip. It's as powerful as a Mac now. It's only because the iPad overtook where the Mac would have been. You know what I
I'll
mean?
say
It's like
it's the no, but the marketing, like the emphasize
mhm,
RAM. They've never mentioned RAM on on an iPad.
true.
Like they don't, and they mention it specifically in this. Oh, you can get up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Why give users that much RAM if you're not gonna? Like they only opened up the RAM with iPad OS 15. Like initially at
Hmm.
launch, you could not even take advantage of all that RAM. So, like it's just weird how the like why rebrand it as the M1? Why emphasize the RAM? All these things with the marketing and not really following through and giving us anything.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a little weird.
I
I don't
do
know.
think that we're going to get Final Cut, and it's going to
Hmm.
come to the iPad, and I definitely think we're going to get an overhaul of Final Cut anyway, and I think the big
Yeah.
reason that we need that is for cinematic mode and things like that. They need to bring those features to be able to be edited on the desktop in iMovie for most people, and also in Final Cut for everyone else. And I think that makes sense. We've seen that the Final Cut brand name has been changed on its patent or its trademark so that it can be used as a subscription service. There's a lot of S's in there. Sorry. Yeah, it can be used as a subscription. I've done it
The
again.
subscriptions.
As a subscription service. My word, this Coca-Cola is really getting to me. But yeah, it feels like they're going to do maybe some sort of a Final Cut Plus service or a Pro
Hmm.
Apps Plus or an Apple One Pro or something like that.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see my hilarious tweet, by the way, today about the Apple
Yes,
One
the
thing.
Pixel Pass. The Apple.
When The Verge put that, it just seemed too easy. If you didn't see the tweet, guys, basically, The Verge was saying that Pixel Pass is the answer to Apple One from Google, and I was like, but the Apple One came out in like 1978. It's taken them 45 years to catch up. Unbelievable. I found myself really funny this morning doing that one.
As the kids would say, that's a banger tweet.
Mm,
You know,
savage. That's what you have to do.
I mean, like, yeah, okay. What's our next topic then? I
But
guess
yeah, I mean, the
I
Final
get,
Cut thing, just to wrap that
yeah,
up, there was supposed to be the National Association of Broadcasters conference in Las Vegas this month. And Apple was listed as going to it. And then the whole conference has been cancelled anyway because of COVID.
yeah.
But that was a decade ago where Apple introduced Final Cut 10, Final Cut Pro 10. So my theory was that that was what was going to happen. They were going to either introduce it at the event or in their own event just before, and then kind of highlight it all, because it's really for live video, for live TV production and stuff like that. And I really want Final Cut to get its own version of like streaming software built in, like an
Yeah,
Apple
yeah.
version of OBS, where it can wirelessly connect to your iPhones as cameras. So you can have multiple camera setups that are just native to your Mac. It's just you press the button and it works. I think that would be just like really compelling for content creators, because that's what Apple kind of built their business on. And then when they moved over to M1, Adobe was slow to follow up. So some people did go over to Windows because the M1s couldn't run Premiere properly at the time. And I think that would be the kind of thing that would just absolutely blow people away and really bring people back to the Mac as a creation platform. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Anyways,
Awesome.
I went on Apple Track. I have some stories because we do have a few stories. Let's delve into the stories.
Is it new?
It's not new. It's just this over the last few weeks. Over the last week, I mean.
Okay.
The
So
first
let's tuck
one.
in.
Let's tuck in. Yeah, let's tuck in. Okay. So the first one is the MacBook Pro chargers going out of stock. They're not available to buy for the next 2 or 3 months. Yeah, and what do we think? Do we think this is alluding to the M1X, or do you think this is a component shortage and has
Well,
nothing to do with the M1X models?
I think I covered this like 3 weeks ago, is what I think.
Well, it's in Sam
because it
covered
happened.
Sam covered it yesterday, so so yeah. There we go.
Yeah, this was one of the things that came up. I think it was within a couple of days of the MacBook Pros in the UK being out of stock as well at the Apple stores. Like you couldn't see them. And then I think end of last week, Luke Miani pointed out that you couldn't get any MacBook Pro 16 inches within 30 miles of him. And there was like 20 Apple stores within that radius. So yeah, supply constraints are happening now. It does seem like we are on the brink of it. I mean, it seemed like we've been on the brink of it since April, but it does feel like hopefully we might actually, one
What's
day.
weird about this though is that the 13-inch MacBook Pro charger is out of stock as well, and we're not expecting the M1 models to be replaced. I mean, I don't know. They could discontinue it maybe and just have M1 Air as the entry level Mac, which it could be plausible because the M1 Air is fantastic. So
Yeah. So my thoughts on this is the M1 MacBook Pro charger. I'm assuming you plug a USB to USB-C, USB-C to USB-C cable into it, right?
Yeah.
So if they were replacing it with a new 61-watt charger, if that's the smaller one, that was a gallium nitride charger, for example, that would still be compatible with the current 13-inch as well.
True.
And maybe you would have the option of having a USB to USB-C cable or a USB-C to MagSafe cable.
True. Yeah, that's a good
Maybe
point.
it's just the cable that goes in between that changes, but they're just updating to a gallium nitride charger, and they don't want to announce that until the new MacBook Pros come. Maybe
So
that's all
maybe
it
so
is.
maybe the M1 models start shipping with the new chargers. Just yeah, that actually makes sense. That's a good theory. I agree.
Or the ones they've already made of the MacBook, the M1s already have one in the box. Maybe they haven't just emptied the old boxes out and
Possibly.
to sell them separately.
So
Just a
yeah,
possibility.
that's that story covered. Let's move on to the next story, which is this
Nailed
also
it.
feels really old. It's 2 terabytes of storage on the iPhone 14. I covered this like 2 weeks ago or a week. I don't know. This doesn't seem like a recent report, but anyways,
Has Sam had a holiday?
I don't know. You see, Apple Track is the easy one to go through
Mm-hmm.
the articles because 9 to 5 Mac Rumors has all kinds of articles on like various things. I feel like Apple Track gives you the main stuff
Oh,
for the most
absolutely.
part.
And there was something that I spotted on Apple Insider. I think that it was from yesterday.
Is this the
That was
USB-C
just
iPhone?
no.
Yeah,
This was there is that one where some guy has
yeah,
basically just hacked himself a USB-C
yeah.
port into an iPhone 10, winning. I really don't care about USB-C. I've mentioned several times, and everyone hates me for it. But this was the one that really caught my eye. Best deals of October the 10th: $80 Power Beats and Playmobil Mystery Machine. You can get a Scooby-Doo toy on Apple Insider. Was that a bit of a slow news day, guys?
Yeah, the
How
news
much were you
drought is
struggling?
hitting everybody hard. It's just yeah,
In
it's
fact, when
painful.
you go into the article, it's the top seller. $35 for the Playmobil Mystery Machine. Then you get into USB-C hubs, Power Beats, which is the only bit that's actually from Apple. So, you know, well done,
Actually, that
Apple
reminds
Inside.
me. That reminds me of the what's his name? Mojin Bu, I think. He gave us alleged images. No, I think he covered this on you remember your video about the one real and one
I
fake
covered it.
MacBook Pro?
Oh yeah.
He gave us
Yeah.
alleged images of the MacBook Pro, and
It's just an old MacBook. It was dented and all sorts.
he's done this before, by the way. I've been like monitoring
Turns out
him. Okay,
I've actually got one of those prototypes here.
I'm currently using like
This is a 2011 prototype MacBook Air, 11-inch. Oh, it's a beauty. This is my first Mac. Not the oldest
Oh,
Mac that I own, but my first Mac.
nice.
Doesn't really work.
But I've been watching his account, and I've noticed that he put something out, and then once he gets once somebody in the comments says it's fake, he says, "Oh, sorry guys, my bad. I'm not a leaker. I'm just a researcher. I just find leaks on the interweb and share it with you guys. Oh, my bad." And then yeah, he just starts going into I don't know. He just a very very weird guy. Just very weird guy.
Does he have his own page on Apple Track?
He's yeah. So
No,
don't
sir.
trust him.
No, sir. Have you seen that they've done a cull of Apple Track as well, though, in the sources
really?
leaderboard? Yeah.
Oh.
So you might notice Kang is still top with 97.1% accuracy.
Love to Dream. Love to Dream is
Love to
gone.
Dream is gone because Love to
Oh
Dream
my
is
God.
actually retired. Sam spoke to him. He's out of there.
That's
Coinex,
sad.
not up there.
Oh.
Also gone. But
Okay.
yeah, and Sam's been talking as well about just doing the scores over the previous 12 months.
I actually, you know what? Considering how rocky this year's been for everyone, I think that I maybe give two options, like maybe the last
An
year and then
all-time
overall.
and yeah, that was what I was thinking. But I mean, Sam does a lot of work on this site as it is.
Also, I don't trust Love to Dream retiring because I think the day before the Apple event, he posted a picture of I think it was a picture of an ocean, some people diving, but like the color was this blue, the Sierra blue. I'm just saying. I was like, this seems very random. He must be hinting at something. And at that point, we were like I remember there was another source saying that maybe we could see a new blue, and I was like, no, that makes no sense. It has to be the bronze.
Why
And
would
then
they
of
do blue
course,
again? Why would they do another blue? Makes no sense. Oh, look, it's blue.
And the orange iPhone that never happened as well.
Nope.
Sad times.
Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many of the things that Love to Dream used to put out where it'd be like, I was only joking. and then he'd post some other. Like he posted like a string of random letters and then fill in the gaps to say, "Oh, this one was a lie," or whatever it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And it's like, but you could have posted like a random string of letters about everything, and then only tell us the ones that were wrong. Like
Actually,
it's
how
like
can
Mark.
I just remembered a
Mark,
big thing that happened over the Apple Watch Series 7 pre-orders. That was a big thing. We should we should quickly delve into that.
Series 7? The 6.1. The 6.1.
The 6.1. Did anybody in the comments? Did you guys pre-order the new Apple Watch? Tell us in the comments.
Own up to it.
The whole pre-order process was just really weird. Like, Apple did not. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Someone in my iCav Answers questions today, Alan B Unboxings and News, put this big rant about like why Apple lied to us about being able to pre-order the red ones. And I was like, I looked on apple.com and it's right there. I don't know
what does he mean?
Saying.
What is it?
He was like, no, Apple, they didn't put a red one out. You couldn't get a red one. I was like, but it's right there on the website. It's very easy to prove. You can.
I'm confused. Anyways,
but maybe they just didn't have stock on the opening day. I'm guessing that's probably more like what
I pretended to pre-order. I opened the app at when they opened the pre-orders at 1, and like within 3 minutes, the shipping times were slipping. Like it was insane. Like really, the supply is really constrained. Oh, we have Evan stainless steel Series 7. What color?
Hopefully just stainless steel. If you've got a coloured in stainless steel, it's not as cool. Somebody, who was it that we were just chatting to on? We were just chatting to someone on Twitter that's got Apple Biz.
Apple, like, he can polish the he polished the
stainless steel one. It's like it's kind of cool. Okay, I'm down with that.
Oh, TA Tech, hello, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that.
Hey, Tech.
Yes, Evan. Yes,
good choice.
Go.
I mean,
good choice.
As good a choice as you can choose with a Series 6.1. But other than that, that is the right one to have. But yeah,
the aluminium color is just not great this year at all. I think, like, I would say the blue's the only one that I don't mind, but everything else.
Is that the real blue or the midnight blue? Because that's also blue.
Yeah, the real blue. We'll say the midnight. Obviously, it's the two. I don't like the fact. I hate. Why can't they just make black, white, like straight colors? Why, like even Sierra Blue and even like Pacific Blue from last year, they have like it depends on the lighting. Like I wish they. Like, that's one thing I like about the like the regular iPhones. They just have like one
color.
But even then, like the pink this year is like more of an off-white, like
nearly
I
pink.
Don't know.
Yeah,
it's annoying. But
so I think the biggest problem with these new colors is if you already have a band that's like silver, you can't buy one that matches it. The Starlight doesn't really match. You could get the stainless steel, like, but why would you want to spend, like, if you just wanted a basic Apple Watch? Like, I do understand why you have the stainless steel ones, because I had a Series 0 stainless steel that I bought only a couple of years back, like just before this, because I've got the SE. That's the one that I've got, and I really like this. And I hadn't got any intention really of upgrading, and even less intention of it when I saw the design was just, we made it all rounder. No, you didn't. It's not even, I don't think the chassis is any different.
Yeah, no, the dimensions, I think it's nearly identical. I think the smaller size is slightly wider. That's it. The 45mm size is identical. So they haven't even, I don't think they've changed anything really. Like even John said, it's not, the screen's not as dramatic in real life as it is in the promos, which makes sense. So,
but the screen is what it looks like they wanted to put into the flat-sided one. Now, do you subscribe to this theory that the stainless steel was cancelled at the last minute? I didn't, and then I did.
I don't know. I'm still the whole okay. If Apple did like cancel the flat design last minute and went with this, how can they ship it by mid-October? Like that like if they were working on this design really late, like let's say like 2 weeks before the reveal, then surely like November or like a mid-November release would make more sense. I don't know.
Because they didn't have many. Like normally, the run up for production is like 6 weeks before it ships. For something like this, for the Macs, I think for the iPhones it's slightly longer because they need so many. But for this, they had about 5 weeks, I think. From if you think about when Guomin came out with they've had production issues and halted it and restarted.
Yeah,
everyone was saying that was like a couple of weeks after the actual issues happened. Like it wasn't like in real time. So I think there was enough time, and because they were basically not rehashing the new watch, but rehashing the Series 6 that they
I
already
actually
had.
heard. Yeah, I actually had a really good theory on Twitter.
Okay.
You know the Explorer Edition that we heard about. What if this was the Explorer Edition? Because Apple's emphasis, apart from the big screen, is the fact it's more durable. The crack resistance, I think they were emphasizing water resistance. Did they improve it? I don't know. Was it just the same?
No, it's the same.
Okay,
but
anyways,
it was already 50 meters. Like, how much more resistant does it need to be?
But anyway,
like,
the reveal.
People are getting to like 51 meters and they're like, oh, for goodness sake, it's shattered.
The reveal was very focused on, like, even the reveal was a man falling, and then it was very. So I would buy that. Okay, if this is the rugged watch they're planning, and then they just made that the Series 7, I would buy that. I could buy that. But as for scrapping the flat edge redesign, just going for this last minute, that I kind of find a little hard to believe. I don't know.
I don't think it's scrapped, but also John's theory that this is the display that was going to go in the flat edged one, because I think because everyone was like, oh, that design though with the numbers that go right around the edge, like that's obviously just for this. But it's like, well, no, because it would have been right up to the edges of the OLED panel that would have been flat to it. It doesn't make a difference. It just looks a little bit like wider because you've got that curve on the edges. But having seen those leaked images that came out, the real world ones from Mac Rumors, I think it was, that published them. I think they were on a Facebook group and then taken down, and then Mac Rumors published them.
Yeah.
Like the UI elements are overlapping into the curves of the screen. Like where you've got text at the top where it says cancel and stuff like that. That doesn't look right. That looks like we haven't quite adjusted the software to fit this new display glass that we weren't expecting to have on top of it yet. Because you could have pushed right up into those edges if it was flat. That's my thoughts. And and it just doesn't make sense to me that all of the leakers, with all of their separate sources that don't generally overlap, otherwise everyone would have had the same leaks always.
What's interesting though is that Gurman, up until I think like a month before the event, wasn't talking about the redesign at all. Like I remember, like he was like John obviously had his renders, and like report after report, Gurman would mention other features about the Series 7, but nothing about the redesign. But then I think a month before the event, then he joined in saying that yes, it might be flatter.
Yep.
So I don't know. Maybe like again, like I've heard some people saying that maybe they're working on two designs at the same time, and then maybe Apple knew that they could face supply issues with the flat edge design, so they just went for Plan B. Maybe.
Yeah, that's more likely for me, and I don't think it was even supply issues, because we were supposed to have this double-sided S7 chip as well, which is not in there. The S7 that we have now is the S6.
But this is Apple's done this before. Like I understand the design thing, but like you can't complain about the chip, because number one, Apple Watches are fast enough. Like you don't need a more powerful chip. But also Apple's done this before. Like I think Apple's probably going to follow a cycle where it's like a super cycle chip upgrade 1 year, and then of course just reusing that chip the next year. And I think that's what they're going to do from now on.
But they always say, and it's faster in this way, and it's this. And they
did
didn't
they for the
even
S5?
mention it this year. Yeah.
Did they for the? Oh, okay.
And that got faster charging as well. S4 to S5, I think, or S5 to S6.
S5 to S6 got faster. Yeah. And then S7 got faster, even faster
charging.
Yeah.
With USB-C, but but only if you've got this one with the USB-C. Even though you now get USB-C and all of the others, but it's so confusing. And they've taken them out of the SE boxes and put the USB-C ones in now. So that's
Hmm.
all. That's all fun. Um, do we think, on the subject of USB-C, in a seamless transition that we should probably not point out, do you think we're actually going to see USB-C on an iPhone,
No, no, no.
even though
Very.
Europe thinks that we should?
Like, even if they do, they'll just go portless. Easy. Apple is not gonna at the end of the day, they want to like MagSafe's bit slowly becoming a huge business for them because I'm seeing a lot
Hmm.
of inquiries, and so yeah, they can transition quite easily. And to be honest, I don't think average consumers care about fast charging. I don't need fast charging. I've never
Nope.
cared about fast charging. Like I'd rather take a bigger battery that lasts all day over having to top up in the morning or in short
Hmm.
bursts over the day. Like 100%, just give me a bigger battery. I can charge overnight. Like I just don't
Yep.
need fast charging. So MagSafe is fine. I'm fine with that. Yeah, just remove the port. I don't care.
And fast charging will ruin your battery far more than
It's
anything
why
else.
I use a 5 watt. Yeah, a 5 watt wireless charger, and it's fine.
Hmm. You just don't
So
need it.
yeah.
But yeah, I do think that Apple is going to do a bit of this to Europe. We're going to be like, no, we're not going to do that. TC just sitting there like, yeah, I think that's kind of what's going to go on. I do think they're going to go to MagSafe. Now, a lot of people, the only like genuine concern that I've seen about going to MagSafe over USB-C or Lightning is from musicians who use phones as
Hmm.
something that needs some kind of physical input into
That's a
it.
good point. Hmm.
My concern would be that I used to use a lav mic that I plugged into the Lightning port as well,
Hmm.
because obviously I use my iPhone as my primary camera,
Yeah.
and that would be a bit of a pain. It's not insurmountable. You can record separately and then sync it in post. You could get USB, like you could get Bluetooth microphones, I would think, or AirPlay microphones that you AirPlay it into your iPhone. I don't know if you can do it that way around, but that'd be pretty
Maybe, yeah.
cool. But I don't think it's big enough issues that you wouldn't be able to do. Maybe they could put a smart connector style thing on the back for adding some sort of data peripheral,
Yeah,
which would
yeah.
be magnetic as well. Maybe that could be built into a MagSafe port where you slap a thing on the back of it. And I've also thought that maybe through the MagSafe things, because the other one is like wired CarPlay is the other issue that some people have got.
Hmm.
Maybe you could have a MagSafe um, that slaps onto the back of your phone that also basically pairs, and you plug that MagSafe into your
Yeah, yeah,
CarPlay.
yeah.
So it
Yeah,
basically sets itself up a little mini network to.
also another thing I've just realized, ProRes on these iPhones, yeah, that's the thing, like ProRes, like that's what's putting me off even trying ProRes on this iPhone because transferring this over AirDrop or Lightning is going to be a pain. And
Well,
that's
how fast is USB-C
what it's 3.0.
transfer?
I'm not too sure. You're the expert. Tell me.
So it's 5 gigabits a second, I think,
Okay.
over USB-C, and AirDrop is 3.5.
Oh, I see.
So it's
Okay. Okay.
not that much
What
different.
about what about Lightning?
Probably best not to ask. It's USB 2.
What's weird is that the 2017 iPad Pro has a USB 3 version of Lightning, but they
Mm-hmm.
didn't bring that to the iPhone for some reason.
Nah, just don't need
What?
it.
Like at least the Pro iPhones, I don't...
Nah,
just fair enough. Okay,
nah, just nah.
just leave it. Yeah.
Don't
But
want it.
regarding ProRes on the iPhone, I've seen some samples. It looks amazing. It actually
Yes.
makes a huge difference. I'm surprised.
Yeah. So I've just had one thought. I love a theory, as you know.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was that you needed to have USB type, USB 3 Lightning cables as well, and it was more of a confusion thing. So
Mm,
maybe they included USB 3 cables with that, but then they were getting a
mm,
lot of support issues where people were trying to use USB 3 speeds using an older
maybe.
cable
Yeah.
and then
True.
finding that
True.
was an issue. Evan Rogers in the chat
Oh,
nailing
yeah.
it. Lightning is 480
Thank
megabits per
you.
second, which is like 1/7 of AirDrop
Yeah.
speed.
Okay. AirDrop actually. Okay. Also, I'm surprised it's not that bad. Okay. Fair enough.
That's
Fair
that.
enough.
Now that's AirDrop if you are going from an iPhone with Wi-Fi 6 to a Mac with
Yeah.
Wi-Fi 6.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
So,
it doesn't need to go through your network. Like, it doesn't need to go through your local area network. It's a Wi-Fi direct thing. I think it sets up like a mini bespoke network, I think.
okay. Fair
So
enough.
yeah.
Back to Apple Track. Let's see what they've got there. Let's see the next article.
Rather than doing research, let's just open Apple Track.
Yeah.
I like it.
Gurman says M1X MacBook Pros are coming soon. Well, they expect this month.
Thank you for all the details, Marcus of Gurman.
Okay, yeah. Apple Track has not updated their page in a long time. Okay. Is there anything else?
Have you noticed how vague Mark Gurman has got?
Oh yeah, 100%. He's like,
Because
it's just...
I noticed you were saying on Twitter today, oh, he's not committing to October this week. It's like, because he doesn't commit to anything.
No, but in the September
September
event.
October.
No, but the September event, he did say invite as soon. Like, I know he says it as soon as that, but he did say as soon as this week.
Yeah,
yeah. So
and he also says as soon as, because then it can't be disproved. It's like, not before today.
But I just need that confirmation from Gurman. If he says
why,
because Gurman is still a very credible leaker.
Stop putting all your love into Mark. He's not. He don't love you back.
It's fine. I'll give him all the one-way love he needs. Let's see.
Just clip that out of the episode. Use that. I'm shocked Garmin is married with his commitment issues. Yes, Evan. Absolutely. Now, yeah, what else have we got? And there's nothing else, is there, on Apple Track? Sorry.
I'm just scrolling through just Twitter, and I'm just desperate for a story.
Oh, God. Dylan DKT, what's he got going on?
Oh,
has he got anything recently?
No, I don't think so. He's just... Apple appealed the Epic trial that happened this week. The appeal.
They did.
But there's not much to say.
It went so hard against Apple. They were like, you've got to let people say that they can sign up on their websites for Netflix. Like, that was basically all that came out of it. Unbelievable.
It's just a lot. It's just a Google news this week.
Oh, I know.
But obviously,
I did see that Dylan DKT. I think I've got the right.
Yeah, DKT.
There, but Dylan does say that he thinks that they are pushing to get the Mac Minis out at the same time as the MacBook Pros.
Yes. I hope so, but the lack of any evidence, like otherwise, has been a little sus, as the kids.
Sussy backer. So, like, how many leaks were there for the M1?
That's a good point. No, Mac Mini. There were little to no leaks. There were no leaks. I don't remember anything. So fair.
Which channels did mention the possibility?
I think a small channel called I Keep Dave.
No, it's called Living on iPad at the time.
Living on iPad.
It was before the rebrand, but I mentioned that it could be coming. Evan Rogers is saying discuss the iPod. Now we did
discuss this,
but were we off air at the time?
But we could discuss it again.
Having our own little chat. We will do that. Yeah. But yes, the Mac Mini. Let's just focus on the things that are important to me. It needs to come. That's why this setup is perfect for me, because when it comes, I just go.
Take out the old one, throw the M1, and just plug in the M1X.
Just shred it. Immediately. It will mean nothing to me by then.
I can see. Yeah, I can. I think they're just going to repeat the M1 event structure. So two MacBooks, sorry, and then the Mac Mini. So yeah, we'll see. I've just got fed up talking about we'll see, saying that. Like, why can't these MacBooks just come?
What do we think about the possibilities of an iMac?
Okay, this
I'm not saying.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not saying big iMac. I'm saying 24-inch M1X.
M1X, yeah. I think no, because I understand the 21.5-inch iMac had had different specs, but I think with the 24-inch iMac, they're very consumer focused with it, with the colors, with the whole aesthetic. Like, it's very consumer oriented. So I think I don't see them giving giving us an M1X version of that. I think for Apple Silicon, it's going to be one chip per model.
What
in
if
my
it comes
opinion.
with a space gray keyboard?
Space gray. It's like a iMac Pro Mini kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they're going to resurrect the iMac Pro name. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
coming
yeah.
back. I think it's just going to be iMac, and it's going to be the big one or the little one.
I actually think that there's a possibility. Maybe. I don't buy the fact that we're going to see white bezels on the bigger iMac. I don't know. It just feels because okay, the MacBook Pros are going to have black bezels. The MacBook Air is going to have white bezels. Why
Are
not?
they?
Okay, maybe.
Are they?
We see. Imagine we see white bezels on them.
I can see it happening. I can genuinely see it happening. Because they've gone for a retro vibe. They've not gone for black for Pro and white for. If you look at everything on the M1 side on the Apple website, everything's got black backgrounds and white bezels.
For
the new iMacs and stuff. I don't think we're necessarily going to get black bezels. I think people have really warmed up to the white or the light grey or whatever it is.
The light grey, yeah.
I think people have warmed up to it. I don't think there's anyone that's looking at it going, yeah, but the bezels though.
Taylor Tech.
Yeah, I know, but I used to respect him.
Okay.
Oh, I know, and it hurts me because I really do. I really liked his stuff, and then we got to the M1 event, and he was like, "Oh, well, that was underwhelming." I was like, "What? What are you talking about? Like, what is wrong with you? If you think that was an underwhelming event, everyone else came out of it going, oh my god, this is the second coming. This is the best event," and he was like, "Well." They didn't redesign any of it, did they?
I understand because I remember one thing. The graphs they were showing, the graphs and the stats they were showing were pointless. I was excited for the products, like the battery life, the M1 chip. I was excited for that, but the stats they were showing were completely pointless. Like it was.
They were.
Yeah.
But my point was, I'd been following, I think, more of what Lucas Mianis had been doing beforehand, and he basically had calculated so accurately what the A14X would be, and then the M1 came out and it was like within 2% of his calculations based off of like A12 versus A12X and Z, and then the A30, the bump to the A. How we did it was unbelievable. And I think the people that were really paying attention before the Apple Silicon event had kind of gone, yes, this is exactly what we expected. It's the right number of cores. It's the right layout. This is going to perform insanely well. And it was like 15 watts. And then he obviously, I don't know if what he was expecting, because this was exactly what we were expecting. And we knew it was going to be insane. And so we all came out of it celebrating. And he's like, no, it's not very good, is it? No, it doesn't even look different. It look the same. And didn't even make it in the 12-inch one.
I wonder what happened talking about the 12-inch MacBook. What happened to those rumors? Like there were so many rumors in the summer of last year saying that would be the first Apple Silicon Mac, and then the rumors just died.
But I think when you now revisit those old rumors, it basically said fanless, and so we all assumed 12-inch, which is what the 12-inch was. But it was the MacBook Air, and they'd taken the fan out of it and put a block.
Evan brings up a great point. The base, every iPad has black bezels now. And like I'm just saying, I don't see Apple going white bezels for everything on the Mac side as well. I think they're going to have that separation, in my opinion. I still think. I will see. We'll see. We'll find out very, very soon.
I bloody hope so. It's been so long.
Hey, Robert. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Robert. I don't think I know Robert. You don't comment on my stuff.
Go check out.
Oh, he's your friend.
He's a subscriber of my channel. Great guy. So come over to
sitting on your side of the church.
Let's discuss the iPod briefly, I guess. So we did discuss this briefly.
We were talking about how lovely the renders are that people have made of something that's absolutely not going to happen.
Yep, it just won't. It just won't happen. Like, why would Apple do this? Why would Apple like? I explained this in yesterday's video,
Mhm.
but like number one, the iPod market is so tiny. Like, there's just no point having a huge refresh for that. But also, the iPod has a very niche use case now, like
Yeah,
restaurants and like it's and for that
Apple
kind of
stores.
industry, Apple stores, yeah, Apple stores, and for that kind of industry, you don't need a huge redesign. Like I understand the nostalgic reasons, like I completely understand that, but Apple is not one to
No,
do things just for nostalgic reasons. I don't see
nope,
that unless
nope.
obviously that like I know a lot of people point out that Apple did a huge thing for the 10th anniversary of the iPhone, but the iPhone is a massive product for them. They sell many of them, whereas the
Yeah,
iPod is forgotten. So yeah,
and
I don't see this
if you
happening.
look at their website as well, the only bit of anything looking towards the past on it is the remembering Steve Jobs page. There's
Hmm.
nothing about the history of the company. There's nothing about the history of their products. The only
Yeah,
thing they've ever done about that was that coffee table book that they did, which
yeah,
looks
yeah, yeah.
stunning. Like Johnny Ive
How
basically
it was
spent
how much was it again?
three
I
hundred
remember I
bucks,
just seen
something like.
I just seen like did she buy
Got
multiple? Like
she's got all of them.
yeah.
She bought every copy. She's got them just wallpapered a house with it. But yeah, I mean, that's like the only nostalgia thing they've ever really done as a company. They don't look backwards, they always look forwards, and that's what they've always said. And I think that's
Yeah.
a really great attitude. But I'd also love to have like some history of how stuff happened at Apple
Hmm.
officially, if you like, whether it's a look behind the scenes. One thing
I've
I think was
yeah.
sorry, yeah, I think
No.
in terms of the iPod itself, which is really
Hmm.
what we're supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
If we've still got an iPhone SE, which next year is likely to come with the same design that we've already got
They're
now,
not
with
gonna
a home button
exactly.
and big ass forehead and bottom bezels, why would they spend all that time on an iPod Touch? That it's basically it can go one of two ways. I see it if they are actually going to do an iPod Touch. It's either my first iPhone, it's the kiddie version that should have a proper surround on it,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Amazon Fire Kids tablet,
Hmm.
or or they go all in on spatial audio and lossless,
Yeah, I've seen this.
build a
Yeah,
DAC
this
into
is
it, and leave it with a physical headphone jack and
that
make it
that
an
could
audio
make sense,
device.
but
Yeah,
I feel like it's too niche of a market for Apple to explore. Like I
but
maybe
then
it's
AirPods Max.
but
AirPods
AirPods
Max is
Max.
so niche.
No, but I still feel like AirPods Max are still like a consumer because if you talk, audiophiles still say that AirPods Max aren't like truly professional. They're
Hmm.
still, like it's not giving you like you wouldn't edit with like most people wouldn't edit with that. They're more for casual listening, just like these. They're just like a
Hmm.
premium version of that, like these, like the iPhone 13 Pro Max, like a premium version of the
Yeah.
iPhone. So I don't know. It's not. I think Apple would do something more mass consumerish.
Did
If
you did you see the thing I was saying about the product grid that Steve had, the four products? So you had your consumer
the
and
pro, yeah,
pro,
the pro.
desktop and mobile. Well, Apple's audio stuff kind of fits that now. So you've got your consumer on the go AirPods, your pro on the go AirPods Pro. You've
And the
got
home
your
pod is
consumer
the
at
hood
home
limit.
HomePod and your consumer at home Pro. Sorry, your pro at home is your
Yeah,
AirPods
the
Max.
pod.
It kind of fits
That does work to it. Yeah, that does work to be fair.
because
Yeah,
not many people are walking down the street in AirPods Max. I haven't seen anyone in the wild.
same to be honest. I
Have you
see
actually
AirPods
seen a
Pro.
pair? Yeah,
No, I see AirPods Pro. I think AirPods Pro have overtaken the regular AirPods nowadays. I see them everywhere.
not for
Maybe it's
me.
just.
I love these bad boys.
But yeah, I
However,
haven't seen.
I'm so
Yeah, go ahead.
ready.
Sorry.
I'm so
For
ready
AirPods
for
3.
AirPods 3 because these
Oh
have been
my
through
god,
the wash a
AirPods
few times.
3, AirPods 3. It's been a whole like okay. I remember the April date we heard about. We didn't get that. May, nothing. WWDC, nothing. September, nothing. Recently, the September 28th press release, nothing.
Uh-huh.
Now we're back to square one. I don't know. We just don't know.
They're the new AirTags.
Yeah, then the new tags. Yeah.
It's a sad time. Although I said in a couple of my shows, the only reason I think they might hold on to them for an October event is if we're going to get the Macs and we're going to get all the cool software stuff. So we get Final Cut, we get a new version of Logic that maybe is designed for editing spatial audio. So you can do a lot of that 3D sound stuff, and these have got spatial built in. So that could be part of the reason that they would launch it together with those things. That's the only reason I can kind of work out in my head that they might do. They do tend to like having something quite like, if you think about the April event, what did we get? We got AirTags, we got
iPad Pro,
iPad
the
Pro,
main
iMac.
stuff. Yeah, and then the Apple TV and the purple iPhone. I don't really count them as like true
The Apple
products.
TV was nice, but it wasn't an improvement.
Yeah.
Like
Because the A12 technically is a downgrade over the A10. Well, in terms of GPU, right? Yeah.
And basically the same on
The
everything
remote
else.
was the remote was the big thing. That was
Yes.
really the only
But also, you now can't play games on it using the standard remote.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The old remote worked for
Do you
games.
remember those?
The new
Do you
one
remember
doesn't.
the reports regarding a gaming focused Apple TV and how they're going to make a controller? So many leaks this year, just completely,
just
which had
nothing.
nothing from that anyway.
But what if someone brings one out one day, then they'll have to turn green. Now, I think the thing with that one is there is stuff coming for the lounge, and my take, and I've mentioned this on the show a couple of times, is that they're going to do something Connect style. It makes a lot more sense for Apple that they would build, if they're going to do something gaming focused, they'll build a lot of motion control stuff into it, so it can also work with Apple Fitness, and it can also work with kind of keeping people more healthy and connect with your watch, and maybe your watch can be a motion controller, or your phone can be a motion controller in the other hand. Maybe you could, like Wii style. Yeah, that's the sort of thing that Apple's more likely to do. And they've got LiDAR. They bought the company that made the original Connect. That's where Face ID came from.
I wonder, Center Stage probably came from, possibly, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. Some of the tracking stuff. But yeah, I mean, Center Stage on an Apple TV would make a lot of sense.
That's it. Yeah, I could see that. There were also some crazy reports regarding a Switch kind of device from Apple, which honestly I don't really understand, because you have an iPhone and you have other portable device. Why would Apple make a dedicated like a portable console of that?
That doesn't make any sense at all, unless that is the third option for your iPod Touch. But yeah, maybe Joy-Cons or something similar that can attach to
I could see
any of Apple's
accessory.
devices.
Yeah. I could see that happening. Yeah, but
Clips
not like
onto
a dedicated
the side of an iPhone or an iPad or an iPod Touch.
Maybe somehow like MagSafe. Maybe that's why they're giving us MagSafe on the iPad. Maybe.
Could be.
We've had reports regarding that. Yeah.
But that makes sense anyway. I said glass backs on an iPad at least a year ago. So I think stainless steel bands on the iPad Pros, glass backs, wireless charging, reverse wireless charging. Because maybe you could attach your MagSafe to one side of it.
Yeah.
Example, you put your MagSafe here, and then you can charge something here.
Charge your. Yeah.
So you've got like two MagSafe spots on it or something.
That would be cool. Yeah.
But it ain't going to be an iPhone, because it won't sit flat like everything on on the MagSafe Duo. Because those camera bumps are too big.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Why is there no news? Guys.
Please, just Apple release some. Just give us something.
Tim, I'm talking to you.
Right let's bring it to a solo.
Come here.
There you go.
Which one is it? Hey. Tim. Event invites tomorrow, please. It's a bit too close.
PSA, please, Tim.
Did I tell you I set up a Tim Cook OnlyFans account on Twitter? I just thought I'd register it.
What says that if Tim Cook gets bored in his spare time, just comes to you?
Just imagine if Tim Cook had an OnlyFans account and he just put leaks on it, but only for subscribers.
I would be actually. You know what? I want to pay for that, because it'll come out on 9 to 5 Mac like soon enough. So
Tim Cook tasteful nudes, just covering his junk with Apple devices, vintage ones, all black and white, very tasteful. But yeah, and also just new products sometimes. And you're like, oh, hang on. Is that an old battered MacBook, or is it a prototype? Who knows? See how we brought it full circle.
Yes.
But yeah, I tell you the reason that I knew that wasn't a new MacBook. What was the dead giveaway for you? See if you can tell me.
The circular strips, the circular thingy
The
things.
Feet.
The feet. There we go. That's the word. The feet on the. Also, he mentioned ports in the caption and then didn't give us an image of the ports.
No ports.
Like, if you're gonna mention that, show us an image.
Yeah.
why?
The thing is,
you
would have seen the CD-ROM drive. That's the problem. Show you the port. Just one of those massive slots. It's for a really big SD card. No, that was just an old MacBook. But yeah, the feet on the new stuff is all long strips.
Yeah, long strips.
That's what we saw on the leaks from John and Ian when they were showing us that MacBook Air, potentially MacBook type thing. The bottom of the new iMac, it's got strips. Like, that's what they're doing now, you know?
Yeah.
That's the new design language. Introducing the new 10-inch iPhone. Which one was that, Evan? What did we say?
10-inch.
10-inch
Oh, that
iPhone?
reminds me of the like, do you remember like iPhone 5 memes back in the day? Like,
when it was just getting longer and longer.
That just reminds me of that. But yeah.
Yeah, back in the day when they're like, nobody needs a bigger screen.
I was actually watching some iPhone 5 concepts. Oh my god, we were so wrong. Not iPhone 5, sorry, iPhone, like, I think it was iPhone 8, like back in 2012. And they were thinking like a transparent iPhone that you could
Number one, whenever I see that, I'm like, number one, this is pointless. Number two, where's the battery? Batteries aren't clear. And like,
and for some reason,
you have to read anything.
For some reason, the iPhone has a holographic keyboard as well in all these concepts from 2012. Like, I don't know, they were going bonkers back then, but yeah.
Oh, now I understand what Evan was getting at.
Yeah.
That's why we need a 10-inch iPhone. TC's packing.
We're trying to keep this PG.
I'm keeping it safe. First 30 seconds was fine because we didn't broadcast it.
I guess we'll do. I mean, we should do like a Q&A towards the end. I guess.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up.
If you've got any questions, smash that comment section. That's not really the phrase, is it?
Drop it in the comments.
Smash the like button. Do that as well if you haven't already.
Do that.
How many people have we got watching? I can't.
6. 6. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we should definitely put this out as a podcast.
What's the title of this video going to be? The title, like we've discussed so many. Like usually, you know how Genius Bar has like a episode 3 and then the title. Like,
but they're professionals.
So just okay.
We'll just call it Genius Bar would have a better title than this.
Fine. Oh, Evan.
Here we go.
Forgo? What would make you forget?
Forgo.
Forgo. Oh, my bad. Okay, forgo. Yes. Okay. I completely forgot that word existed for a minute. But anyways,
what would make me forego the new Mac Mini M1X? Death.
Okay, that's that. I mean, I don't really. I need a laptop to take around. So yeah.
I mean, if it was crap, I suppose, or more expensive than I expect.
Oh, we got another question.
Okay.
M1X pricing. Do you anticipate the M1X MacBook Pros matching the same pricing of the equivalent current Intel MacBook Pro specs? Okay, the same. I'll spec the same with RAM and SSD.
Do you want to have another run up at that?
I mean, I expect pricing to be roughly the same. I don't see any. I mean, considering the iMac got a massive refresh and kept the same price as the 21.5-inch iMac, we should see this. No, the 4K one.
Yes.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, because you can still buy the 1080p
yeah,
one
you can,
on
but
Apple's
technically,
website.
it did technically
Who's
replace the
buying
4K
that?
one. So,
Who's buying the 999 2017 iMac that
I
they
don't
still
know.
sell?
I don't know. You should not
Strange.
buy that. Yeah, should
Do
not buy
not.
that. But anyways, yeah, I expect everything to be the same basically.
Yeah, I think so. 17.99 starting for the 14-inch.
And
I
twenty-three ninety
mean,
nine. Yeah.
maybe 18.99 because they upped by 100 bucks for having a mini LED in the iPad
Mm.
Pros.
Oh, true. Good point.
Maybe,
Yeah. That's such a good point. Yeah.
but at the same time, they weren't saving on Intel with the M1
So
Mac,
kind of yeah.
iMac, iPads.
The iPad. Yeah.
Words are hard. Yeah, so I think the same probably 17.99, 23.99. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Surely gonna be yeah. No, yeah, no, yeah. We just covered that. But yeah. No, that
could
could be.
be,
Could be.
but
Could
also
be.
they are saving a lot of money on Intel chips because I think Evan may have said in my comments the other day that he reckons the M1X with 32 core GPU would only cost Apple about $100.
Okay.
And I think the higher end Intel chips were probably in the region of 350, 400 maybe, something like.
This consumer display. This was another leak that just did not materialize. But there were leaks about a new consumer display at WWDC. But then,
With an A13 inside,
no, that's a replacement for the Pro Display XDR.
maybe.
I don't think they'll. I don't see. I could understand why they might give us like an extra. Like I can see for the Mac Pro having an A13 working in tandem with the Mac Pro to give you extra performance. But why for the consumer
So
display?
so I spoke to Maguire Wood, Jericho, and he said that the A13, because he's seen this stuff kind of a bit more behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and he said that the A13 is basically there as a power management thing
Okay.
for the mini LED displays, but I don't think he was specifically thinking it was going to be for that. I think if you're going to put an A13 in it, it's just going to be like a bit of a backup to kind of take a bit of the pressure off. But maybe it is just working out where you need to have those mini LEDs illuminated, as opposed to, like a co-processor for that. I don't think it's going to run as a GPU to run a display like that. If it's a 6K display, maybe it's for upscaling. Maybe it's going to run like a DLSS. Is it DLSS? Kind of thing. So
yeah,
for some gaming, maybe that could be interesting. But
maybe.
yeah, I don't think it's going to be its own kind of processor. But then A13 is probably pretty powerful if it's only got one display to do and it's having all the processing done for it.
But yeah, the consumer display. If we see a Mac Mini at the October event, I could definitely see Apple launching a new consumer display alongside it. So yeah, I can see
And
that
probably
happening.
based on the 24.5-inch iMac display, I would guess. 24
Yep.
inch, 24.5, 24.
Correct. Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
$100.
correct, because I remembered what you told me already. Not because I know anything.
Fun show. Thank you, Little Mountain Life, for dropping by. We're gonna end soon,
And
anyways.
yes,
But yeah, thank you.
let's wrap it up. Let's
wrap it
bring
up.
this home. So what? How do you end your shows?
Anyways, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the video in the icon above. Where okay, now that somewhere
See you,
here,
peeps.
see you, peeps.
It's good.
I mean, yeah,
It's good.
that should end it there. Is that the ending of this podcast?
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys. Oh, is it ending? Is it